Everyone for joining us today. This is the Gap Presents, and we're just having a quick discussion with quite a few founders, and that's the series that we're starting today. So I wanted to start off with Jeff, and we'll kind of get rolling as a few more people join us in attending.
Yeah.
And so, all right, and the premise of this is not necessarily a podcast. It's not necessarily a webinar. We are basically trying to have a conversation with founders and make sure that we can continue to share stories and trials and tribulations, all the fun stuff, and maybe do some introductions that are a little bit easier to manage and make sure that we get everybody in, connection with someone and make sure that we get to share information back and forth. So that's my gist and my get started. And thank you all for joining us. So Jeff, let's go ahead and get started right away. And let's jump in because we only have about 30 minutes. I want to keep it on that timeline for everyone. So first and foremost, I want to know who is Jeff, where people may have seen you from, where people may recognize you from, and who you are outside of xMonthly.
All right. Well, first of all, Kate, thank you so much for putting this together. I really think it's an amazing opportunity to connect with, different partners, different organizations that are out there. My name is Jeffrey DeMaria. I've been part of the Microsoft channel since about 2008 or 9. That's when I got started as an ISV. And then, I had an opportunity to meet many different Dynamics partners through that. I went to work at ServiceNow for a little bit, pre-IPO there. And then I was recruited to Rose ASP, which was ahead of their game with cloud hosting and GP hosting. And when Linda sold her company, I'm still in contact with her. I still have a book that she wrote, Get Acquired for Millions. It's a great little read. I was recruited into Velocio to help kick off the Stratus Cloud Alliance. As the Director of Partner Enablement there, I really helped get that organization from 0 to 2 million in a month over my tenure there. So really love subscription, really love cloud. Working with partners, building tools, and beyond just technology, I really love kind of boating. It's really kind of like a really great season right now in Michigan. If you participate in that, I have 2 kids, 7 and 9. They're in sailing right now, which is really cool. And right now I've been building xMonthly for about 19 months, and it's a product organization. It's a subscription organization. It really helps highlight partners' capabilities, partner solutions, and we've developed 3 different interfaces that I'm looking forward to sharing today on how partners can grow their recurring business. Love working with partners.
Perfect. And so xMonthly, you said you started about 19 months ago. What was the reason for it? First of all, what did you see? What was the gap that you looked at and was like, you know what, I can solve this? What is that?
In the world of Microsoft, so many things have changed. It changes every day. And when they started driving many of the cloud solutions like Dynamics 365, Power Platform, those were the types of partners that I had worked with. And the opportunity I saw to start this organization was to help Dynamics partners capture the M365 opportunity. So, a high percentage of partners were not selling Microsoft 365. So we developed an MSP type desk, service desk, where we could help support and augment their team to deliver M365 to their clients, helping them drive revenue, drive consumption.
Perfect.
And so that was the original start.
Awesome. And so now not just Microsoft. I know you're evolving this picture. So who gets the best benefit from xMonthly? Who is the one that you have a conversation and you look at them and you go, oh my gosh, I have that solution, that light bulb moment. Who is that for you?
Oh my goodness, there's been so many interesting scenarios. The ones that really get the most benefit are people trying to expand their service portfolio. So we work with a network of agents who deliver professional services across multiple applications. So that could be, Microsoft products. We have Acumatica listed. We're getting into NetSuite, other CRM type applications. We've just developed the ability for ISVs to publish their products and supported services as well. And so the people that really benefit are the ones that are open to expanding. And the reason why someone would expand, everyone's saying, go sell more stuff, go sell this, go sell that. Well, now you have a trusted network of partners to be able to help deliver the full CSP solution, the full gamut. And what that does is it helps create a sense of like protecting your base in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you have a Microsoft 365 partner, Microsoft's telling them, go sell Dynamics. Well, now you have competition in your account. So it works both ways. You can have an MSP trying to, attach Dynamics services, or Dynamics partners trying to attach MSP type services. And that's kind of the benefit of those who want to help protect their accounts from competition by being able to offer multiple services, multiple solutions. And that's what X is, right? It's a variable. So we developed the platform over, the course of 19 months, and flexibility is really one of the most important things that we integrated into the platform.
That's awesome. And so with that flexibility, because I know not everyone in this call is a tech or a Microsoft person, or can you just do a quick definitions of ISV, MSP, and then I want you to kind of loop in the story of X as the variable, because I think that we've talked briefly, of course, as I've talked to most people on this call at some point, but we've talked briefly about expanding past that Microsoft perspective and into consulting and what that looks like too.
Yeah,
that was a layered question. Sorry about that.
Yeah, and it's a little layered. It's there's a little bit more to it.
Yes.
So, previously I ran an organization, Inrose ASP, who was a hoster for a site called Go ERP Cloud. And that was a trial site. It allowed people to test drive different solutions. And through the development of that platform, in 2014, that's when I actually bought the domain xmonthly.com, because it really came down to a single variable that would allow me to extend the portfolio. Now, when you talk about the definitions of the different audiences that we support, an ISV is basically a software publisher. Now, it can even be anyone who makes any kind of software.
Yes.
So Microsoft is where we started. ISVs are bolt-on applications for different solutions that are out there. So there's a tremendous number of those.
Yes.
Resellers, or VARs, those value-added resellers, those are typically like business application consultants, Dynamics partners that help solve, ERP, financial management systems, or accounting problems. They can help with manufacturing type organization, anything to actually run a business, right? So that can be ERP as well as CRM. CRM solutions are, Dynamics 365 for sales, HubSpot, Salesforce. There's a whole gamut of different solutions there. So, resellers or VARs, they typically solve those complex applications. And then MSPs, they're historically mostly like Microsoft 365 partners, Azure partners. They support a number of different applications that support those. So they might be experts in SharePoint, they might be expert in Teams or Google Workplace, whatever it may be. I think that's a pretty
That's a good
good
definition.
overview.
Yeah, yeah. Perfect. And then, this is a kind of along that same path of like what you're kind of looking at towards the future with this product. But what is one misconception that you have or that people you've talked to have about your product so far that you really want to make sure is crystal clear?
I've been working with partners essentially my entire career.
Mm-hmm.
And, at times I can get misunderstood, but, one of my mentors, they said, assume good intent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this platform that we developed, the xMonthly platform, there's multiple perspectives with it. And really, it takes a phone call to discuss how we're going to partner together. Some people may view it as competitive in a way because we are a Microsoft CSP partner, but the tools are there to help partners expand their capability.
Yes.
So there's truly partnership in there. For example, if you're a Dynamics partner and you add M365, that product line, whose CSP is that going to go under? Is it going to go under ours or theirs? And that's simply a conversation. I'm not trying to, take over the world here. I'm actually trying to help support people with some really cool, passionate tools that we've developed.
Yes. And of course, with Microsoft, there are levels and there are layers that you have to be at a certain layer or a level in order to get a certain price break. So there's that kind of support that goes with it that I know you're trying to help solve too. What is it? When was the moment that you sat there and went, you know what, I've got something? What was that like for you?
We've been developing, right? And the concept, first of all, starting a business is hard. Okay. You get humbled here and there. It was really about February when this year, actually, we developed our AI cloud tour and we started leveraging Claude. We started leveraging different tools to help build it. And I was like, whoa, we just accelerated what we've been able to provide. So our marketplace front end just really picked up. It's slick. I'd say it's, better than probably 90% of partners' websites. And that's the call to action resource that we've developed. So based on that, I went ahead and invested into going to a few different trade shows. And, it's really one of the best lead follow-up tools ever. I'd have it on my phone. I'd have this app on my phone. We go develop the tour for them. And with the workflows that are generated, it would nurture any of those conversations that we had. So at Directions, that's a Microsoft conference for Dynamics Business Central, I had over 50 conversations with 50 different partner organizations and created 50 different front end marketplaces just in a conversation. And that really helped me realize that, wow, we have something special here.
That's awesome. I love that moment. So, this is the part that, of course, we want to get a sneak peek, but I also want to continue our conversation. So one of the things, I want you to show us really quickly, what gets the biggest reaction out of what you've created. So, just giving us a sneak peek, and because every founder is really proud of what they built. So we're just going to take a couple of minutes to look real quick, and then we'll have more conversations about those founderships and what you're looking to build after.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to share my screen.
I know I'm taking the Microsoft person out of his element by making him do Google, but it's okay.
Let's see if we can do the entire screen. Hopefully nothing too much is here. So
There we
there's
go.
really, right? So here's a couple different things that we have, right? We talked about software publishers or ISVs. Partner now can add a standalone product or an entire ISV company into this tool. So when you come through here, you either do a standalone product or an ISV company, and you start building your information. This is the email notification system that happens. You put in your company information, you upload your files, company logos, our xMonthly agreements in here. You can see our different program levels that we have. But this allows people to get a quick overview of the program. There's referral agents, which I think is unique. With AI coming around, people are getting displaced. Some people don't want to necessarily set up an entire business to be able to continue doing what they love. So we provide a free tool for people to go cross-sell and upsell different applications that they have. Service agents, those are partners that are able to, list services that other partners can resell. So I have one partner that specializes in AL code development for Business Central. That's very specific. They can list their product there. Solution agents, those are like ISVs. Those are different different products that get listed into the marketplace. And then an industry agent supports multiple ISVs to deliver a verticalized solution. Each one of these takes a little bit of time to develop, and that's how it works. So people can come through, they can list their products, they update their company, they list services, and then we have a submit and review process for that.
So I'm gonna interrupt you just for a half a second. Is that just somebody who has a physical product, or if we had somebody who maybe has legal services that they would like to list, would that be an option? Or would someone who is like me, a business development pro, who helps with growth and all that fun stuff, or marketing, could that also be something that they list?
It makes it a little challenging,
Yeah.
but it is flexible.
Perfect.
If you came out and you wanted to create your own tour, you
Mhm.
can list and create your own services within your own storefront.
Perfect.
Now, to have other people resell those are
Right.
typically associated with a product,
Mhm.
right? So if it aligns properly, or if there's let's say we had Dynamics 365 for sales and you wanted to help them, define and build out their pipeline, and that's a service that you provide, you can have that service listed.
Perfect. Perfect.
When you go ahead and build out a tour, right? What we've done here is you put in basic information. We provided flexibility for color schemes and matching. You can build out your About tab, add your services, and then we have all those ISV products that we have listed. Now we're going through a process now where we kind of change the way that ISVs get listed. There's more depth to it. But if you select binary stream, there's all different types of services and products that are built out for binary stream. So this ends up being a marketplace. Trivio is one that we're working with, Insight Software as well. We have multiple prepackaged services based on each one of these, and you can drag and drop in whatever order you'd like. You can deselect or include, right? This is the AL code development service we were talking about. You can add custom services that your organization provides as well for those services. And what happens is it creates this marketplace. We're calling it the AI Cloud Tour. We've published everything on here so that people can kind of see the breadth of it. There's different solutions, there's different products. We even have a payment button available through here.
So people can purchase your product right through here. Yes, perfect. Okay.
So if someone pulls this up on their phone, one example of this that I love, a technology company purchased a CPA firm.
Mm-hmm.
Those CPAs, there's 100 of them. They don't
Yeah.
know much about Microsoft. They don't know much about these different technology solutions. Now they're able to share this tour to educate all those CPAs about how to find leads for their technology practice.
Yep.
With each one of these products, there's a video associated with it. If there's a trial, we've hooked up a trial system to it. There's different services that people can dig in and learn more about. There's even working on the pricing for all the different SKUs that are out there. So it makes it, significant depth on here. Now, what I love is now I've kind of showed you how you submit a product, how you can build a tour, what a tour looks like. Now, these are partners that are actually customizing the tour for their organization. They're picking and selecting the products that they want to support and expand into. And they've listed their own services and what they do. And this integrates within their own website. This ends up being a call to action for their organization so that they can have further discussions with their clients. They now offer Microsoft 365 or Copilot services for their clients. Now, one industry agent that we're working with, and we're getting ready to bring on a construction management one as well, family office solutions from Microsoft. What does that mean? Well, typically when you have, let's just say, you can do some research on it, but a family office is basically like high net worth individuals and families and trusts. They need accounting software to manage that business, right? Like the heirs, they have their own entity. So within here, binary stream is supported. They do multi-entity management. There's an overview of multi-entity management. There's products associated with binary stream and services associated with those. So this call to action is what a partner can share with their target audience built specifically for that group. So if a partner really gets into it, it's, as you can tell, I'm really excited about it. There's a lot to it, but it's
awesome. That's awesome. So this is exciting, and I'm so excited that you shared just a snippet with us. And so we have about 5 or 6 minutes left. So just to kind of ask a few follow-up questions is, so yes, you started very much in the Microsoft space. What is your vision for the next 3 years? What's your vision for the next 5?
So right now, adoption's a big thing. I started sharing with the referral program. We're open to work with people. We're happy to provide great tools for people and help release, turn on the recurring revenue engine, helping generate commissions for people, help generate additional revenue for partners who want to leverage it, expand in. So really proving that the model works, I think that's really important. Now, 3 to 5 years, I hope that, we'll have hundreds of ISVs on here, allowing people to cross-sell and upsell those solutions.
Yeah.
And have hundreds of marketplaces out there where we are facilitating, connecting the dots with a payment platform that helps grow people's profitability. We're providing options.
I think that's very, very accurate. I think that's a big part of exactly what you're building, and I think you're doing a great job with it. And I think you have a lot of history in order to be able to do that. What is one lesson that you wish somebody would have told you before you started doing this?
Oh, goodness. This isn't my first company. Okay. Um, so I've gone through the ropes a few times. I had a t-shirt business back in the day. Um, Advice. And I don't even want to say I wasn't not doing it, but the early adopters really listen to what problems you're solving, right?
Mhm.
There's many organizations out there, and focus is just highly critical. So the people that believe in you early on really take their feedback to heart, try to incorporate it. You're not going to be able to make everyone happy, but really just taking the feedback and making sure that you are solving a problem. Um, focus is I focus is just tremendous. Also, being well capitalized is probably a big thing. It's really hard to bootstrap something,
Yes.
but I think we're turning in a corner on that too. But focus on it. There's really only so much time, and if you're going to do it, you got to do it right.
Perfect. That was excellent. So I think we're gonna wrap up here. First of all, I want to thank Jeffrey for so much of your time. And as many conversations as we've had, I greatly appreciate that. I will make this available to everyone who's on the call, and then I will probably post a link at some point next week to the YouTube page. And make sure if you want to share this conversation, you're more than welcome. My intention is to do this at least once a month, if not every other. So thank you all for joining us and having this quick conversation. If you're interested or want to talk to Jeff, we'll share out his contact information as well. And make sure that that's Jeff, if you want to put that in the chat, that way somebody can just copy and paste that. That would be a great start. And again, thank you all so much for your time. And again, it's a quick conversation just to make sure that we can, continue to introduce everyone to the best contacts that I know of and, help other businesses grow. And I really just appreciate all of your time, and I look forward to seeing you all at the next one. If you are interested in, participating in another GAP video conference, please let me know. I think I have all of your contact information one way or another. So please go ahead and reach out to me, and I would love to get you on the schedule. So I have a couple of you guys already on. So I look forward to next conversations. Again, thank you so much, Jeff. Your product is really awesome. I'm so excited for the future for you. And thank you all.
Thank you so much, Kate, for having me here today. And looking forward to seeing your program grow as well with the Gap. I think it's a really cool idea, and I feel blessed to have this opportunity. So again, thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you, Jeff. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.